Hello everyone, I am creating this video because someone asked me if I could create an automation workflow to be able to generate tweets, LinkedIn posts in short form, medium form, long form, Instagram post, in this case would be carousel, and also videos or scripts for shorts, which you can repurpose to different applications. So, I gave it a try. This is what I came up with. And I wanted to share it with you because I think this is very useful, like especially if you're doing it either for yourself or clients. So just wanted to kind of give you a quick walkthrough, that is going to just add value. You don't have to stay here for a long time just watching this video, and you will know exactly what to do in case you want to build something like this, okay? So I am using 3 applications in this case. I'm using Apify, which most of you know, it is a marketplace for APIs or in an application where you can actually get data sets from different data sources. So in this case, I'm going to use the YouTube scraper, but there's many other ones that you can pick from. Also, I'm using ChatGPT, which most of you are probably familiar with. And I'm also using Claude, which is the Anthropic API, which is also probably something that you are familiar with. So I'm using two LLMs, and I'm using an API marketplace, and then I'm using Airtable to store the data. You can actually store it in Google Drive if you want. Airtable is free for a certain amount of rows and certain amount of data. So that's what I'm using right now. It's pretty user friendly. So I'm going to show you what I built, right? So for Apify, I am using the scraper, YouTube scraper. You actually come here and you go to YouTube scraper, and you come here to the JSON file. So the JSON file, you're going to enter the URL, and then you're just going to copy and paste this into your workflow. So you can see that. I'm going to do that. I did that already. And I'm going to use a Alex Hormozi video, which in this case, I'm going to use this one.
Yeah, GoDaddy Arrow is so easy. AI built me a website in minutes. No hassle, no passive-aggressive opinions, no I'm a website building genius.
So the outcome
It's a dream. Unlike working with this nightmare, this is really going to help my business and probably save a friendship.
Very important. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to paste the URL. And what's going to happen is as soon as I
sell to your customers anywhere with Shopify, the commerce platform designed for entrepreneurs. Online, on social.
Piece of advice.
There you go. As soon as I click run, this is going to call the Apify endpoint, and I'm going to show you here how it's going to run. Then this other node is just to get the data. So this is going to call the scraper, call the YouTube video that I'm sending it, whether it's a podcast or whatever. That is going to come back with the data, and this is what is getting the data set. So whatever is being returned. Then I'm going to pass this into Claude to be able to build a voice profile for the specific video. So it's not just a random script that I'm going to create for the tweets, LinkedIn, and shorts, but it's going to take Alex Hormozi information, how he speaks, how he the words that he used, the patterns and all that stuff, to be able to create these other posts and repurpose it to other applications. And then I'm going to use the tweets to be able to use this voice profile. I'm gonna walk you through it real quick. And then from that, we're going to see the output, which is going to be inserted into this database. Okay. So I'm just going to click run. That way we don't waste too much time talking here. You'll see in a minute that this is running. So once it hits 1, I'm going to go back to my scraping tool here, or the automation workflow. So now it run the actor. We also got the data back. In this case, it's 13 years of marketing advice in 85 minutes, which is the same video here that you saw. All right. And then from that, we just got in the data. You had, has 27,000 likes. It is 1 hour and 25 minutes, this amount of comments, this amount of views, etc., etc. And then I'm going to come here I'm passing the data to Claude, and you're going to see what it looks like in terms of the profile. So once I open up this here, you generate a voice profile, and this is the introduction style. So opens with a strong credibility statement and personal achievement, which is normally true. Uses number advice, tips format. So piece of advice number 1, leads with quantitative results, which is true. Immediately establish expertise through concrete examples. That's also true. Common phrases. Here's how I do this. Let me tell you a quick story. The thing is, I'll give you an example, real talk, big picture. And this boy profile creates, transition patterns, user number sequence, and move between topics, employs personal stories and introduce copy concepts. It has explanation style. It has content structure, audience engagement, question patterns, humor, experience sharing. So it has all the information that is needed for this is to create this other content, which is going to be related only to him. You don't want to just go to ChatGPT or Claude and create a summary of this thing, because it's just going to not sound like him. So that's why I created this voice profile, to be able to generate the content on the other platforms. And as you can see, it created already in the database. So I'm just going to jump in the database. That way you can see it happen. And again, so this is the video that we saw, right? If I click here, so that you can see.
Piece of advice number 1, start with low price.
You're going to hear in the background. It has the data that we discussed, the amount of duration, the tweet post. So I'm just going to go ahead and just read 1 or 2. So it's real talk. Your first product price sets the stage. Start low or even free to build credibility, get feedback, and then increase prices as you establish your worth. So it also gives you hashtags, and it actually gives you 5 tweets that you can actually repost or post based on this transcript, and maybe you can add a URL. That's also something that you can add in the prompt. For LinkedIn post, again, you have short form, medium form, and long form. So we just can read this one. Have you ever is this one here? So in other words, in the world of marketing, I've learned a valuable truth over 13 years. Start with low price, or dare I say, even free. The logic is simple. It's easier to add value and raise prices than a discount and diminish the worth. I established the first business by offering free personal training and exchange donations with charity, which quickly translates into paying customers. By focusing on creating value first, you establish truth and demonstrate your expertise, paving the way of financial success, which you've taken and offering value up front. Drop your thoughts. So this is true. I've heard some of the podcasts and some of the videos from him, and this is actually normally what he goes over. And again, as you can see, you have different posts that you can use on your social media as well. For Instagram, this one is a nice one because it actually tells you the hook, the story, and it actually breaks down what you need to do on every carousel. So in this case, the power of starting for free, which is what we've been talking about. The hook is unlock the secret of starting for free, and the copy is discover why starting free can lead to big gains in your business journey. Slide 2, so a story of success from free to 46.2 million, which is something that he mentions in the video. Slide 3, the power of free, why start free, and then starting free reduce barriers, which is true. It is easier to raise prices from 0 to a lower, which again goes back to what we're speaking and the things that he spoke on the video. Real life examples, the gym launch strategy. We know that he launched a gym, and that's why he's as successful as he is right now. And then slide 5, benefits for free. And he breaks down everything, tactics, steps, and then the CTA, ready to take a leap. Start your journey with zero today. Test, learn, and iterate until you find success. Okay? So it actually gives you a caption with hashtags, which, is very useful. You don't have to think about, instead of you having to go through a transcript, which in this case is 85 minutes, even if you do it at 1.2 or 1.5, it's going to take you a long time to summarize it. So that's why using AI to help you be more efficient, this is pretty much what is being promoted in this video. And then for shorts, this one is interesting as well, because it creates a script for shorts, which you can repurpose to YouTube, Reels on Instagram, any social media that receive, even TikTok. So you can actually use this, and let's just read this. That way you can see how smart artificial intelligence is, as long as you give it the right prompt. Okay, everything that you do, the most important part of this is going to be the prompt that you give it. So I don't know if you've heard of the saying of garbage in, garbage out. So if you don't give it a good prompt, you're going to get crap. I'm not saying that this is perfect, but you could actually optimize it and figure out a way that you can get the actual output that you want. And that's what is going to take a little bit of iteration, but let's just read this. And this is what it says. So for opening shot, the speaker sits casually in a bright, well-organized office. That's fine. A speaker wants to know the single biggest secret of skyrocketing your business profit. Here's a taste of 13 years of 46 million can teach you in 60 seconds. Then he tells you cut here, and then quick animation of a business graph shooting upwards. And then here's the speaker. So here's the deal. Start with your low price or even gas free. Why? Because it builds the foundation of customer trust. When you give something incredibly valuable for free, people naturally want to pay back with loyalty and their wallets, okay? And then it tells you to cut again, and a speaker with playful, serious expansion. And again, it gives you how to start, how to create V-rolls, or where to cut to be able to do animations and things like that. Towards the end, it tells you speaker is smiling, thumbs up, which is great. And then at the end, I'm sure there's probably, it doesn't have a call to action, but it says ready to see your business go from zero to hero. Follow for more. No nonsense business advice. Let's crush it together. So the CTA is to follow, but in this case, if you have an editor in your team, or if you have somebody in production that is doing the production for you, this is going to be super useful, which is going to increase the speed on how you deliver value to your customers. All right. And then here at the end, you have a status column that you can actually say, needs review. In this case, you start everything with needs review, then ready to post. And then if it's posted, you can actually use an automation here that when everything is validated, you can actually run an automation to take the data within the cells and post it automatically on the daily, weekly, or monthly basis. All right. So that was it for this video. Again, this is a pretty useful automation. It takes less than a minute for you to be able to parse through videos. And this will make your life much easier. And, you could sell something like this to any of your existing customers, or start prospecting as well for somebody that needs it, like a podcaster, content creator, marketer, and things like that. All right. Let me know if you had any questions. Put the comments below if you want to see another automation, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Thank you.